What's going on, guys? Hope everyone out there is doing well, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my 2021 summer backpacking gear review. So I've got my pack here, my loadout, and I'm going to go over everything that I'll be bringing with me, that I have been bringing with me for, this will be summertime, late spring, mid-spring, onto early fall type weather. Nothing below probably like 40 degrees. So this is kind of my 3 seasons loadout, I guess you would say. So let's jump right into this. I'll start off with my clothing here. Here I have, this is just an outdoor research, just a plain cap, polyester, nothing too special. I always bring a hat with me. Always want to be able to keep some of the sun out of my face, keep some of the spider webs kind of away from my face also while I'm out there. For shirts, I have been rocking mainly, this is an Outdoor Research Echo t-shirt, very lightweight, light construction, great for the summertime, real thin, works out good. So normally I've been wearing that, or I have another, this is a Marmo hiking shirt with some vents here on the side. This one's a little heavier. So shirt's really your preference. Anything polyester, synthetic is what would be my recommendation for a hiking shirt. For the shorts, I have been rocking this year these Nike, they're just a basic running short you can find at like Dick's for about $35. And they do have the liner inside here. Started testing out these this spring, and so far they've really been working out well for me. The liner has been working good, eliminates the need to wear boxers or underwear while you're out there, and been doing good with these. No chafing or anything like that, so these have been working well. I've wanted to possibly try out the Patagonia shorts sometime in the future here. Socks, I always wear, these are the Darn Tough quarter hikers wool socks, and these are awesome socks. Not really too much to say for them, except they just work. They dry out fairly fast, comfortable. They do have a little bit of a cushion, and Darn Tough has a lifetime replacement policy, I believe. I've never had to replace these yet. Still going strong. For the footwear, been rocking the Altra Lone Peak 3.5s. I don't know if you can see, but they're pretty dirty here. Still dirty from a trip we did down to the Cranberry Wilderness. And on top of them, I got a pair of Dirty Girl Gaiters that I wear. Just helps me from getting sticks and rocks down into my shoes. So, been loving the Altras. They are coming apart a little bit here at the toe cap, and but nothing too bad. They're still holding up for this season. I have my trekking poles here, and these are the Lecky Microcarbon variable. So they're adjustable here. Can go up and down. I keep them set at 115 for hiking. And then if I want to put my tarp in porch mode, I'll stick them out the whole way. And then I can put them in the ground here and put them in porch mode. And they also are collapsible. They come down into 3 pieces here if you need to do that. I never found a need to have to do this, but that is an option if you need it. If I remember how to pull these back out. There we go. And then I have some duct tape wrapped around each one of them, just for emergency. You never know what you might need some duct tape for, so I have some of that wrapped around both of them. And for carbon trekking poles, I've had these for about 2 years, and they've been holding up well. They haven't given out on me yet. All right, now we're to the backpack. This is the Zpax Arc Blast 55 liter. Been rocking this pack on every trip for past 2 years, and this has been an excellent pack for me. I can, this pack will hold everything I need for summer, all the way to early spring, late fall, and I'm pretty sure I can make this work out for winter trips. I just have to watch what I pack. Yeah, this pack's been holding up very well. I love the dynamic construction, the waterproofness. I've never had any water really get into this pack that I could tell. It's always for me putting something that's moist or, rain getting in as I open up my pack, but I've had no water getting into this pack. The suspension's held up well. I love the fact that you can arc this back panel right here. It just kind of gets the pack away from you a little bit. Good for the summertime and also very comfortable. You can adjust the shoulder straps and make them fit you better. Got your load lifters on here. I got 2 hip belt pockets I put on here. Other than that, this pack is pretty standard, and I'm definitely been very pleased with this Arc Blast. Definitely happy with that purchase. On the sides, I just carry 2 1 liter smart water bottles, and I have the sports caps on here. As far as I know, they don't make the 1 liter bottles with the sport caps, so you have to buy 2 of the smaller bottles with the sport caps and move them over. So that's my water bottles. Coming to the outside of the pack here, clipped on here, I'll always have this. This is the, I don't know, not sure if you guys can see that, but this is the Spot Gen 3. And this thing has worked out very well for me. You can set it at different intervals and it'll send out a spot beacon to whoever you want to be able to see that, and they'll be able to track your progress along the trail. You can send an OK message, you can track your tracks, and you can send 1 custom message on here that you can make to mean whatever. Mine, I program it to mean that I've made it to camp safe so that my wife can get that. And you also have an option for another custom, I think, like I'm in trouble message, and then the true SOS if you need rescued. Have never had to use that, thankfully. Hopefully never will. So that's always with me. We'll go to the stuff that I keep here in my nice mesh pocket on the outside here. Stuff if I want to be able to get to quicker, or things that, I don't care if they get wet. Got an Evernew water bladder here. I think this is the 1.5 liter. And my Sawyer Squeeze. I've got a little water bottle that I cut the top off of. I use this as a scoop if I need to scoop, and then I scoop it here into my water bladder, and that works out good for me. I know some people have opted to just take their Sawyer Squeeze, screw it right on top of their smart water bottle, and just drink and filter like that. I've tried that method, don't really like it. I've decided to just stick with my scoop and water bladder, and the water bladder also gives me more options if I know I need to go camp at a dry camp and I want to carry extra water in. I have that ability to do so. Got my camp shoes. This is just a basic pair of like dollar store, Dollar General flip-flops. I always like to have something that I can walk around camp in and let my feet dry out after they've been wet all day. Definitely, this is a necessity for me. I always bring these. I've got my rain gear, got an Outdoor Research Helium 2 rain jacket, and this has worked out well for me so far. Been in some rain, substantial rain all day, and this thing really hasn't wetted through. I've seen a lot of people say that it does, but for me, I've not been having any problems with this rain jacket. It is, I know some people say that it is a little bit short where it comes down to on the waist, but hasn't been a major issue for me, so I'm going to keep using this for now. And then I have my Zpax rain kilt right here. So this will be my bottom part if I need it. Put it around my waist, keep my shorts and lower body from getting wet. And this also doubles as my ground sheet for underneath my hammock. I lay it out and then I can put all my gear underneath my hammock and keep it off the dirt, keep it off the moisture. And I've got my tarp here. This is a Hammock Gear 12-foot Dyneema hex tarp. So I've got this all rolled up here, and this is the continuous ridge line from Dutchware that I just always leave that on there. And when I get to need to put this up, I can put this tarp up very quick. This tarp's been working out great for me. No issues yet. This one that I have doesn't have doors and hasn't been an issue for me yet. If you pay attention to what you're doing, you really don't need doors. Having doors is something I've thought about. Possibly in the future, if I do get another tarp, I might get doors. And that would be so that I could go down to an 11-foot. My hammocks are all 11-foot. So I just go up to a 12-foot tarp to give me that little extra leeway on both sides and coverage. And that's been working out well for me. If I were to get a tarp with doors, I'd go down to an 11-foot tarp. And in this little stake bag here, hammock gear. I have 4 stakes to stake out my tarp. These are MSR groundhogs. These are the full length ones. And then I have my hammock tie outs permanently attached onto here. And then these little Dutch, I forget what they're even called offhand, tarp fleas. I think they're fleas, tarp fleas. But they just make setting up the tarp so quick and easy. I went with this system, and I don't plan on changing this system out just because it works so well. So that's how I stake out my tarp. Coming down to my hip belt pouch pockets. It's got a couple things in here. Keep a lighter in there. My Garmin Etrex 30X GPS. This thing works wonders. I had a screen protector on there. You probably can't see that, but that got cracked. I'm not even sure when that happened, but still works amazing. I bring this on every trip with me. Works awesome. Don't plan on replacing it anytime soon. And yeah, no issues with this. Usually have some ibuprofen readily available. Got a base plate compass. Almost never need this thing, but I always make sure that I do bring it with me. And I have, this is an Opinel knife, folding knife. Just twist this here, fold it out. And this is more than enough for what I really ever need out there, especially when I'm trying to save on weight. This is the knife that comes with me most of my backpacking trips these days. That's gonna do anything, cut anything I really need to cut out there. Got some chapstick. Now we'll go into the inside of my pack here. At the top here for easy access, I'll usually keep my fleece, my top layer. This is the famous or infamous Melonzana Microgrid hoodie. Still reserving my judgment on this thing, because the first one that I got on the back here, the fabric just ripped up. I sent it back. They sent me a new one, and it doesn't really seem to be wearing nearly as fast. So this is what I bring to, for my upper layer insulation. I've moved to this system away from the down jacket system, just because, down jackets are very niche item. You can't wear it while you're hiking, and things like that. So I wanted this, so I can wear this in my hammock if I need extra layers. I can put it on, I can hike in it. If it gets wet, it's still gonna keep me warm. So that's why, for now, I'm using this system for my top layer. And I've got a little electronics bag I carry with me. Got my Nikkor NU25 headlamp. Awesome headlamp. Don't have to say much about that. Just recharges with a battery bank, and I've had no issues with this thing. It's going to be staying in my pack. Keep a couple various charging cords in here. And depending on how long of a trip I'm going to be out for, I have the Nikkor 10,000 milliamp battery bank, and I also have an Anchor one here. If it's a shorter trip, I'll just bring one battery bank. For longer trips, I bring them both. And I just keep silica packets from when I get stuff, and I keep some of that in my electronics bag here at the bottom. And here I have my food bag. This is the Zpax bear bagging kit. So, love this. Haven't had any issues. Keep my food in there. Always keep a gallon Ziploc baggie. Make sure you don't forget to put this in there before you get out for your trip, so you have somewhere to put your trash, because it sucks when you forget one. I know from experience. Here I have my spoon. This is just a Toaks titanium long handle spoon with the polished end. good spoon. And the Zpax bear bag kit comes with this little Dynamo rock sack for hanging your food bag. And in there, I keep my line. And I did replace the line that comes with the pack. This is a Lawson Bear Line Glow. Works really good, and it has a coating to help it go over the tree branches with a little carabiner. And then I keep a little, this is from Lawson also, a little toggle for hanging up my food. And then all the food that I'll be taking for that particular trip will be in there. Just have a little soft case for my glasses at night. I'll put them in here, or if I take them off when I'm hiking during the day, I can stick those in here. Got my canister fuel here. Been using the canister fuel over the cat can. This is just so much more convenient. It's been working out really well for me. So got a canister in there. Here I have my cook pot. On the bottom here I just have a little Reflectix cozy I made for it. It just all sits in here really nice. Little pouch. And this is the Toaks titanium 550 milliliter pot. It's pretty small. This will boil you 2 cups of water, and that's about it. So works perfect for me. That's all I do out there. Don't need anything more than that. And inside here, got the very small BRS if I can get it out here, BRS 3000T stove. And I do have a full review on this. If you want to check that out, I'll link it. And that's the stove right there. Going 2 years strong, still working. So we're going to stick with that. I have my hang time hook here. So this just hangs on my hammock ridge line like this at night, and then I can put my phone here inside here. It hangs there while I'm laying. You know, I can watch stuff on my phone. This comes with me every single time. I love it. And it's only an ounce something, I think. So definitely bring this on every trip with me. And here I got my tree straps. These are just basic 12-foot polyester tree straps to hang my hammock. Nothing special there. And on each end I have a Dutch clip, which just makes hanging it a little bit easier. I have my toiletry kit, just some toilet paper, toothbrush, one of these retractable toothbrushes. So that, a mini toothpaste, and one super important item for me is one of these small body glides. This comes with me on every trip, no matter what, always. I put it on my feet and my toes to help with blisters, and put it on my backside to help with chafing back there. Works awesome. Check it out if you haven't already. Here is the little first aid kit. Got some matches in here. An extra lighter in case the other one doesn't work, gets wet. Got some extra ibuprofen, some Vaseline, soaked cotton balls, great for starting fires. Got a piece of gear aid tape in here. I know I have a Dyneema patch in here. I've got an extra seal for the Sawyer squeeze in here. Benadryl is one of the most important things that I have in here because I have problems with allergies while I'm out on the trail. Got some Band-Aids, so some basic stuff. More than enough for what I ever really need out there. Got a Dutchware sit pad that I always bring with me. I can open this up, put it under my feet in my hammock if they get cold. Then I have this Reflectix cozy that I made for putting my meals in to rehydrate. Then they'll be warm until I'm ready to eat them. You know, if I'm doing some other stuff while I'm out there, finishing up, getting set up or making a fire, hanging my food, whatever I might be doing. And if it's really cold, I could double these up and put them under me in my hammock if my feet are for some reason getting really cold. So lightweight, serves multiple purposes, always comes with me. And clipped here on the inside of my pack, have this little Dyneema pouch. And in there, I'll just keep my keys for the trip and this tiny little ID holder with my driver's license will be in there. Maybe some money if the chance of going through town. So when I start every trip, I just put those things in there. Clip that on the inside of my pack. Don't mess with it, so I always know I have my keys and my ID once I come off trail. Okay, now we're getting down to the bottom of the pack. And everything down here, I have inside a Nylon Flume pack liner. And that's so everything I want, absolutely need to keep dry is going to be compressed down at the bottom of my pack. Inside of this Nylon Flume pack liner. So that would be my extra clothing for the trip. There I'll usually have 2 pairs of socks, 1 dry pair of socks for hiking, and 1 pair that I never let get wet. These are purely for sleeping. I have a pair of wind pants. You can get these on Amazon. I forget the brand. Pretty cheap. And pretty cheap and light. You can hike in these. They'll definitely keep your legs warm down to pretty cold. If it's getting cold at night, I can put these on. And so I definitely bring these with me on most trips. And I just have another basic polyester shirt to sleep in and my sleep shorts. These are a compression short, and that's what I use to sleep in. Got my hammock. This is the Dream Hammock Darien in a 1.3 MTN XL fabric. You guys have seen this in my videos if you've watched them. Love this hammock. Don't really have a need to change it out. And I have my quilts. This here is my under quilt. And this is a Hammock Gear Phoenix 40 degree premium. And love these quilts. This has been working excellent for me. I could definitely take this down to 40 degrees. And so for my 3 season, this is a 3/4 length quilt, which works absolutely perfect. If it's going much more below 40 degrees, I'll opt for a full length, rated for colder temperatures, but this works great for me. My top quilt. This is a Hammock Gear also. This is a burrow, and this is a 40 degree premium quilt, and works great. Love these quilts. They keep me warm in 3 seasons, so don't really plan on replacing these quilts anytime in the near future. And that's going to wrap this one up, guys. That's all the gear I bring with me for 3 seasons in my Zpax Arc Blast here. If you have any questions about any of the gear you've seen in this video, just leave it in the comments down below, and I'll try to get that answered for you. If you'd like to see me make any more in-depth videos on any of this gear, just let me know, and I might be able to get that made for you. I've been working to get this gear dialed down now for a couple years, so this gear here works very well for me for 3 seasons. Don't see myself making any major changes in the near future. And with that being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you in some way. And until next time, get out and explore.